Franco?
I mean, look, in terms of fights you'd want to see, you'd always want to see another Chocolatito Estrada. But it's going to be important to Juan to try and unify and become undisputed in the division. So we'll see what happens in December with Franco, and I hope.
I don't know if you saw it earlier today, but Tyson Fury knocked out Chisora. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was. I love Derek, but it was quite predictable. Because of the first two fights, and Tyson's at the peak of his powers at the moment, and Derek's still a very good heavyweight, but not quite at that level. But he gave it everything, and I think the fight should have been stopped a lot earlier. But a routine victory, and on he goes.
Usyk was right there.
What's next?
He'll be fighting end of March, early April. He's just touched down in America. He's getting his training plans together, which will start in the first week of January, and looking to announce his date very soon. And an opponent will follow in due course. I think the opponent will probably come once he completes his training plans, because I think it's important to speak to the training team to decide who they want, because he would fight anybody. But obviously they'll want a specific fighter to develop working with him and moving forward.
Is he shopping trainers again?
I think he's always, looking and learning and speaking, and had a good experience with Robert Garcia. But I think he's definitely looking at his camp and how he can improve it for the next one.
Of all your prospects, where do you rank Pacheco?
I think he's incredible. I mean, we signed him at 17 and we had to box him in Mexico for a while because he couldn't fight. And he was a very quiet guy. Although he was very tall in frame, he looked like he had a lot of filling out to do, which is starting to happen. He's got a great trainer in Jose Benavidez Sr. And I think that he's a future world champion. He's only 21, he's 16-0. I expect him to have another 4 or 5 fights, the level slightly above tonight. But I think he's an outstanding prospect, probably one of the best in America.
Eddie, what do you think of Usyk meeting Fury in the ring after tonight?
Yeah,
I mean, how difficult is it going to be to make that fight?
I think it'll be pretty easy. I think there'll be a lot of money for that fight in the Middle East, so I think it'll be made next.
What's the steps that will get you there?
Money. Yeah, they'll just talk, and money. Obviously, the belts will have to be on the line because Saudi will want to make sure that it's undisputed, and there's a few hurdles to overcome, but I think they'll get there.
First half of the year?
What?
First half of the year?
Yeah, I think they're talking March or something like that.
For all the fights you've discussed, what fight do you believe you can bring back here and pull the same crowd that you pulled tonight?
In Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix or here specifically.
All right. Strada Chocolatito 4? No. I think there's some great fights to be made. I mean, obviously, I think that our schedule for the new year, I think we spoke about this the other day, where you've got to target, I think we have to target these places like Phoenix. San Diego, I think, is another hot spot. We have a lot of Mexican fighters. We do 4 or 5 Mexican shows a year. We've got all the young Mexican talent coming through as well. Jesse Rodriguez is going to be a big star for us as well. I'd like to see Anthony Joshua box over here. Maybe Canelo boxes in May. Bivol could fight in America as well. I think we'll do the undisputed fight with Serrano against Cruz first in the US, probably in New York, and then go over to Ireland for Croke Park in front of 80,000 with Taylor. So yeah, we're working on our schedule at the moment, and I think there's certain cities that we should definitely look to take a handle on.